Now, you heard all the rustling and the rummaging, and no, we don't have a mouse in the house, but we do have Danny Leane, our style expert.
I couldn't be quiet. Apologise for that, listeners.
You're all right, Danny.
You, Deirdre.
The reason for the rustling is that your topic for this month's Fashion Fix is teaching us how to pack properly. Now, sadly, I'm not going on holidays anytime soon, but I'm all ears because I can never seem to pack things properly. So, by the way, just to remind people, we have the cameras in studio, so you'll be able to see this. But if, for the benefit of people who can't see it at the moment, you might describe to us what you've brought in.
What I'm going to do, even if you're lucky enough to go away for a weekend, what I have done is I have picked 3 colours and I've worked around the 3 colours. We've gone for pink, white and navy, and we've worked the wardrobe around that for the holidays. Even down to the shoes, we've kept them fairly neutral. But that's the best way when you go packing, especially for holidays. You won't overpack. I'm allowing for 25 items, including swimwear. Now, I haven't got the swimwear with me, but it will all go into a 10 kg.
So, and is the 10 kg what you're allowed for cabin baggage by Ryanair?
Yes, for the majority with Ryanair and Aer Lingus. SAS could be about 8 kilograms or whatever to save yourself paying that extra bit of money. I'm being a bit of a skinflint here when it comes down to packing for the holiday.
So you're starting with 3 pairs of
cut-offs,
cut-offs,
3/4. Now there's a skirt, but I've kept them to the primary colours. Now if I take off the hangers here, you can see, hopefully, as we go along. Again, the white will go with everything, so with the navy, and the pink is for that lovely bit of brightness as well. And when I go through, what I normally do is the underwear and socks go in first into the suitcase. What I do with these, I kind of roll them and fold them.
Okay, so I'm just going to describe to the listeners. So you have the 3 pairs of cut-off trousers on top of each other, and you've rolled them into one roll.
One roll.
Okay, all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason why I've done that as well is to keep the creases away from it. And I added on a small bit. What caused all the rustling was our acid-free paper. Another way of keeping the creases away from our packing.
So rolling the trousers rather than folding them.
Because if you think of it, Deirdre, when you fold your trousers, you're creating a crease. So if you roll them, you won't be.
But will there not be a massive wrinkles on the other side?
No, they won't. If you pack properly, rightly, you'll get away with it. And again, I suppose the reason why we've done it is the mix and match or whatever. And this would be like another mix and match. Again, look at the colours in this. You have your white, you have your pink, and you have your navy. So, again, this is a tunic come dress. You can wear it as a dress if you wish. You can wear it with the swimsuit over.
Yeah,
underneath for the beach. Or again, in the evening, you can put your high heel on and your 3/4 if you wish for a more dressy. So what you're doing is you're just turning around, folding and rolling. Folding and rolling.
And roll. Fold and roll. Okay.
Fold and roll. It makes it nice and easy. And again, that is 4 items in already. Again, the same with our pink t-shirt.
So that was a tunic. Now we have a t-shirt, and that would go with your white pants or your navy. That would go with
the white, the navy, and then we have our plainer t-shirts there as well.
So maybe take a couple of plain t-shirts and one pattern.
Yeah,
maybe.
Or a few pattern, depending on what you want to do. Remember that the 3/4 trousers are plain, so they'll take either way, whether it's a pattern or a print.
Okay.
But again, if you do have printed trousers, make sure you go all plain with them. Again,
so you're putting these on top of each other.
I'm putting them on top. Folding and rolling is the exact way. And then I'm finding a different way to put them in. And again, what have I done here? Where am I? Here. Again, we have our kimono, which would be handy for the pool.
Oh, lovely one.
Again, with the cami here in white and with our 3/4, it makes a lovely nighttime look as well.
Okay, very nice.
And easy. It's all about mixing and matching. And again, with the 3/4, you can mix whichever way you want. I know I should have thought this through a bit more, but like that, it does take time in packing. You just have to put in a bit of thinking beforehand, and you'll have everything for every situation going.
Yeah, you know what? Those kimonos are a great little buy because, and I know you're a big fan of them. You can wear them at the beach. You can wear them like a dressing gown.
Yes.
On a hot day around the house.
Yeah.
And you can dress them up, as you say, with chinos and a cami top and make an outfit out of it.
Yes. Again, it's not alone are you going styling your wardrobe with colours, but you're also doing what other use can I have with it? What other top will it go with?
So your priority when you're choosing what to bring should be how versatile is this item?
Yeah, like the one here that I'm putting, the shirt, it'll go with the pink, it'll go with the navy, and it'll go with the white cut-offs. And it's just, if you spill something, it doesn't matter. There is another top to go with the trousers or vice versa. And hopefully you won't be doing any washing on holidays either, because it's supposed to be a holiday. Again, printed or cotton. And again, I have all these together and I'm rolling and folding. And then I'm finding the best part to put them. I know it looks like a mess, but trust me, in the end, it'll come out all right.
So when you get to your destination on your holiday, Danny, and you open your suitcase, are your clothes okay normally?
They are normally okay.
Yeah?
Now, what I do is I have one here. I've gone a bit dressy. 'Tis a skirt and top. What I normally do with that is I save that for the very last on top of the case. I put my tissue paper around it again, my acid-free, and I put a small bit of cardboard.
Okay, so the very last thing to go in is the really dressy outfit.
Yeah, the most delicate piece.
The most wrinkly piece, maybe, yes, or a wrinkle-free piece.
Or the one that would be going a lot more or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Okay. So describe again. So you put the cardboard on top of what's already packed? On top of
everything that's packed. And then before I close the case, I just put the cardboard on top again of the delicate, and it'll just keep it in place.
Okay. So so 2 bits of cardboard?
Just 1 bit at the very end of this. I should have brought in a bit to show you.
Okay.
But just press it down and everything comes out hunky-dory.
Okay.
Now, another trick I do, whether you're a man or a woman always has her handbag. I would put my deodorants and what needs to go through security, not in the case, in my hand luggage. And for a man, I have a man bag, which comes in very handy, and I just pull it out. Number 1, it's easy to pull out. And number 2, it quickens the queue as well, rather than pulling it from my suitcase. It's just, and with the way it is going now, apart from Dublin, you can leave your toiletries, if they're under 100 ml, still in the case or in your bag when it goes through.
Okay.
But like that, a lot of the international airports have the facility. It's coming to Dublin, I think, later this year.
Facility for what?
For leaving your liquids in your bag, where you don't have to pull it out like you do now, going through security.
Okay, so that's going to be done away with.
That is good. That is
good to know.
It's starting to come in. I think actually in Farn 4, you can leave your liquids in your bag. Where if you go to Dublin, you have to show
to take them out. Yeah,
but they are working on it because they have to reinforce the floor, I think, in Dublin because of the new X-ray machines coming in. Oh
my God. Danny, what about shoes? You haven't mentioned shoes.
I have, yeah.
You're coming to that?
Going to do. What I normally do is the flip, or these comfortable shoes, as I call them, the walking around, dressy up shoes. And then I put my flip-flops into the bag. And I normally put them on top where the zip is. Hopefully you can see there's another compartment. But what I normally do is say my thick runners would be coming with me, my walking around runners, because they would be the hardest and the heaviest thing to put in the case. I put them on.
Wear them
my feet
on the flight, yeah.
Same with the dressy for a woman. I'd say put your dressy going because they're normally the heaviest and the most awkward to fit into the case. Wear them going. And then keep it to just 3 pairs of shoes. Your flip-flops, your in-between, and your dressy.
And a neutral colour.
And a neutral colour. This is our nudie colour here. It's a nudie pink, but it'll go with everything that we have packed away already.
And actually, somebody's just been on to say, Deirdre, I was recently away for the weekend. I rolled my dress for the second day, not expecting to have a wrinkle-free dress, but I was proved wrong. It was perfect. So
brilliant. The proof is in the eating.
Yeah.
Or in the
pudding.
In the pudding, yes.
So it does work. Great stuff. Now, if someone's going on a sun holiday, Danny, do you think they should, given what's happening in Tenerife this week, should they maybe sneak in their waterproof jacket in the bottom?
It's a freak what's happening there at the moment, but you can do. I know when I was in Italy a few weeks ago, my wife got 2 windbreakers for us for fear of the rain or whatever. Now, it did rain on 2 of the days, but we didn't use them. I suppose because we went afternoon drinking, which is something unusual I didn't do since my 20s, so that was a long time ago, and we didn't mind that it was raining, or we forgot it was even raining. But yeah, you could do, but like that, if you're thinking of rain all the way, you can always pick up something light out there anyway. They would have something, I'm sure the shops would have something.
Do you ever recall being on a holiday and bringing all the wrong things to wear, or overpacking? Or my thing with going on holidays, and God knows at this hour of my life I should be more used to it because I've travelled a fair bit, I always end up bringing 2 or 3 things that I never wear at all for the week.
Well, if it's only 2 or 3 things, I can remember I went away on honeymoon, I didn't half pack. Let's say this is going back 26 years ago now. It was a case of people were calling to the house, I was having a drink, and before I knew it, I was St. Mary. I went doing my packing, left half the stuff after me. Had to go and buy a few bits and pieces, but some of the stuff that I did pack that I shouldn't have packed, you know, yes, it did happen. It's quite easy to do. But again, that was the night before I was getting married. I should have packed maybe a few days earlier. That was my mistake, but I won't make it again. And when I go away on holidays now, it's a case of I don't pack the night before. It's the final bits and pieces that I would put in, but I would do it nearly a week in advance. So you're clear in what you're going to wear, and even 2 weeks before it, think, what do I need to wash for the holiday? What do I need to find? Get all those sorted. It's like getting your passport when you're booking the tickets to make sure that your passport is still in date. It's just getting all these things done beforehand. It's organising yourself.
And it takes the stress out of it as well.
It does,
because I find packing incredibly stressful. I always feel, oh my God, I'll have forgotten something really important.
And again, don't overthink it, because you'll be taking things in and out, and do you know the weather forecasts. I know we did recently for Italy, and it was a case of having a bit of everything. But as I said, I had a hoodie with me that I travelled with, because the weather in Ireland wasn't all that great. The minute we stepped off the plane, it was gorgeous, as usually would normally be. But there were 2 days, including the day of the wedding, that the hoodie came very useful for.
Well, that was just going to come to that, actually, because I guess when we were demonstrating the packing there, it was with the view to maybe a week in the sun. But for people who are going away for a few days, maybe a weekend break or a long weekend in Ireland, that's where it gets tricky, because now I know you're not restricted with Ryanair if you're going away in Ireland, unless you're flying to Donegal or Dublin or something. But at the same time, you kind of have to pack for every season, don't you?
You do. You would definitely bring your raincoat with you, but like that this time of year, what I think is brilliant is the waistcoat as well, because it'll protect you some bit, but it'll also keep you warm. And the other thing is, dare I say, the cardigan would be the other essential. But if you're going by car, do put in the raincoat. Because again, our typical weather, you will get a shower at some
And something
stage.
with a sleeve in it, because it could be chilly by night.
Yes, exactly. And even if you're going to Portugal, again, that is a bit cooler at night, so a waistcoat isn't going to go amiss there. But instead of packing it away, have it on your body when you go.
When you go, okay.
When you go.
Danny, you want to talk to us a little bit this month about Viscose. Am I saying it correct?
It's Viscose.
It's a fabric.
It's a fabric. It's a fabric. Now, it's natural. It's like It's made from wood, believe it or not, and other agricultural products. But what's brilliant about it is it acts the same way as cotton. It'll keep you warm when you need to be warm. It's breathable. A lot of people are afraid of it. There's nothing to be afraid of, particularly with the way the technology has come along now. It isn't like what it was 10, 15 years ago. Look at it and it'll be wrinkled. As the methods are improving, it is a material that is underestimated, but it has the same quality and it's sustainable. It's more sustainable than natural cotton. So in the future, you're going to see more of it in the shops. You're going to see more of it in fashion. And the reason being, it's easy to work with and it'll take colour like the top here. It'll take it very well. And it'll also, the outer shell of this is actually viscose as well. And it's soft to the touch. You'd nearly think that was almost a silk chiffon, but it's lovely and light. Again, lovely against the skin, breathable, and for the manufacturer, it'll take colour very well.
And it's a nice cool fabric, is it?
It's
in
a cool
weather like this?
In weather like this, that's my point. It's lovely and breathable, so it'll keep you fresh. Mm-hmm. And if there is a bit of sweat, it'll take in the sweat as well without leaving patches.
So don't be afraid of viscose.
Don't be afraid of viscose. And it's a material that you'll see more and more of coming ahead. A lot of people think viscose is nylon. It isn't really. It is made from wood and other substances, but breathable. I was going to use the scientific thing, but I thought, no, I'm not going to say it for fear I'll say it wrong, and I have a habit of saying it's wrong. But again, if you see it and you check, the viscose is very good, breathable.
Okay.
And again, you get those more vibrant colours with it as well.
Just while it dawns on me and talking about the weather, Danny, I remember speaking to somebody who was in the retail trade a few years ago, and they said to me that the hot weather is great for shopping because people are in good form, the sun is shining, they're happier and they're more inclined to spend. And they, even if they're going to the beach, they'll come in and buy shorts and t-shirts and all that kind of thing. Yeah. Have you found that?
Last week, definitely. Our 3/4 just went through. We actually sold out of a number of sizes. But thanks be to God, they landed into us again today. But it was t-shirts. It was the lighter stuff that we would have to still buy for planning ahead 6 or 9 months ago. They're flying out and people think, oh, he'll have another stack of them out the back. Not necessarily. When they're gone, they're gone. Now again, one of my manufacturers got on to me and they said, oh, they had some t-shirts and at the right price, so I took them so that the customer could benefit from it as well. But yes, it puts everyone in good humour.
Yeah, and I've seen so many women of all ages in lovely summer dresses. There's a lot of dresses around.
Oh, there are, and like that we've ran out of some of them, of the dresses again, but they'll be in either tomorrow or on Monday. But I think even people that were planning for weddings for September had to go, oh, I need something lighter. Do you know, it creates almost a small bit of panic and, oh, I'm going to be too hot in this. What will I do? Can I lose this or lose that? Or sometimes it might be a simple thing of just changing the dress or whatever, do you know, to something lighter. And again, the same thing can happen in September. The weather can be way nicer. We can normally get our summers when they go back to school, but this year it has come early.
Well, I think we've all had the scenario over the years, particularly in the 80s and 90s, of having lovely summer clothes that you never got to wear because the weather was so awful. But it is great to see people out now in dresses and shorts and lovely bright colours.
Yeah, oh, it is. Even for the men and women, it's a thing. It's more vibrant and people want colour as well. They're looking for, rather than the white, they want the pinks, they want the hot greens. They want something to show that they're happy, and I suppose the sun shows up everything. It's like the windows when you look out and the sun is shining in. Oh God, they need a clean. It's the same with the whites. People want a white. They don't want an off-white.
Yeah.
Even though I was preaching at people already, if you were sorted a couple of months ago, look in your wardrobe. then rather than now, because you'll be restricted to what's available.
We'll finish with a question for you, Danny. A listener who got in touch yesterday says, I have very short legs and I was wondering, Danny's always talking about cut-off trousers. Are they a no-no for someone with short legs? Also, how can you make your legs look longer with clothes?
What it comes down to with the three-quarter is you can get a short three-quarter and a long three-quarter. It's where the trousers will flatter your legs the best. That's what it's all about. And I never say to people, oh, put a pair of high heels with it, it'll elongate the legs. Not necessarily. The best way you can elongate your legs is going a nude colour or going the same colour of the three-quarters you're going to wear, because instantly that's going to elongate your leg.
You mean on top?
On the top of the trouser colour. You said three-quarter.
Yeah.
Or even dresses. If you go a block colour down the bottom is better than bringing, say, you have a hot pink top and you're wearing a navy trouser. Go for the navy shoe rather than the hot pink, because that'll shorten you.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know? If you're trying to match your trouser, your bottom end, to the shoe colour of the trouser that you're wearing, rather than the colour that you're wearing on top, because that could break up your colour.
Okay.
Your elongation.
We've also had someone on who's wondering if you know where they might get a denim skirt at the moment, not too short. Denim skirts, a summer staple. Again,
depending on style, you might be lucky in Vera Moda, or again in Pennies, you might be striking it lucky there. But the denim would normally be at the start of the season. It'd be called what they call the spring drop too, or it could be the autumn drop.
Before you see them again.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. We better let you go, Danny, but as always, we've been videoing this segment and it will be up on our social media tonight. And if you are going away on holidays anytime soon, I would strongly recommend that you have a quick look at the video and see the expert way Danny has rolled everything up and got the maximum use out of the suitcase. Danny, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll
Thank you,
see you
Deirdre.
in July, all going well.